Hey guys, how you doing? Rich Guzman here. Can you hear me okay? I'm sure you guys can hear me. Where's that? Hey, Tracy Lee, Raina, David. Hey, Mandy. Let's see, Mari. Frederick. Awesome. Good. All right, you guys can hear me. Awesome. Love it. All right, so today we're going to go over a little bit more in depth on communicating with your list. I put some work together, and I want you guys to really understand the power of what you guys have at your fingertips as far as, you know, your email marketing skills and things like that. Because there's a lot of things that people really miss when it comes to email marketing. And I'm going to really, I told you guys I was going to drive this home really deep with you guys, and I really want to do another session on this because it's so important to really understand, you know, how to communicate effectively. And once you guys learn this stuff, you guys are going to be good to go. I'm telling you right now. Most people refuse to learn this skill set. This is why I'm really kind of hitting this really hard with you guys for the last few weeks. And I just want to drill it in your brain, okay? Because this is going to really set you apart from the average affiliate and whatever you're promoting, okay? So, yeah.
Remember what we talked about?
Yeah.
The Mandy sent the question. I sent it to you in Skype.
Yeah.
For later. Okay.
Yeah. I'll take care of that later.
Clarity. Okay.
Yeah. So, I want to just clarify something before we get started in the training. I'm getting a lot of questions from a lot of people about, you know, being grandfathered in and stuff like that, and then what we're doing with MTI and the pro members that are on our team as well. Understand there's something fairly new that I implemented with this group, and it was designed to really focus on people who are MTI and pro and SAN. So MTI and Power Lead System and pro and SAN. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because they have to be qualified for what I'm going to be doing with them. And that qualification is two things. They have to be willing to run paid traffic, number one, consistency. Two, they have to be willing to be at the level of MTI or pro and SAN, or MTI in Power Lead System. Now, when I get that message from people saying, well, but I'm grandfathered. Yes, you are grandfathered. But you're grandfathered in to be in this group to get the training from us that we reveal to you every single week, okay? And we go above and beyond to give you, you know, like the utmost, you know, up-to-date information, high-level value stuff that people usually pay about $15,000 for. And this is not a marketing ploy. This is a reality. This is the truth. And you'll see what I'm going to be talking about today. It's going to be a little bit more in depth. And just I don't want any confusion from people like, well, you know, I'm grandfathered in, how come I can't get this other thing you got going on? Is because, number one, you have to be willing to drive traffic consistently. Two, you have to be at the level of earning $1,000 per commission. If you're not, my training, the private mentorship that I'm going to be schooling, which is going to be, it's not going to be like one-on-one really, it's going to be more like a group. And then I can find out what people are doing on a one-on-one basis by being in the group. So I have a private chat going on, and I want to make sure that if I call your name out, I want to make sure you guys are actually added us to our Skype. Okay? Give me 1 second. I'm just going to find that for him. So far, I got Diane Robin Lawrence, Marcus Stillo, Clinton Richardson, Warner. Let's see, Steve Brown, Jason Hopkins, Frederick, and Marsha Yang. There's two here that are not in my Skype as of yet. Israel De La Paz and Terry Tracy. I need you guys to add me to your Skype as soon as possible, so I can add you into the private Skype group. Okay? Now, as far as for MTI members in Power Lead System, Connie Wilson, Priscilla Shui, Sharon Green, Moses Whitman, Ida, what's the last name? Dragonski. David Toomey, Tracy Lee, Christine Williams, Samantha Bagnall, Lamar, What's the last name?
Scholl.
Scholl. Santo de la Rose. If you heard your name, you need to make sure that you are actually added, add yourself in Skype. I need to add you into these groups. Now, I'm going to just say this one time. Before you send me a message in Skype, let me know if you can't do paid traffic, then I can't invite you into this group, because these are all for people who are ready to do paid traffic consistently, and I'm going to be helping them actually with their business. So I need to make sure that those two qualifications are met. You have to be pro or MTI. So if you are a pro member in our SAN team, that's that passes qualification. The second qualification is you have to make sure that you can drive paid traffic. If you are in our team in Power Lead System, you have to be MTI, okay, and will be willing to do paid traffic as well. Okay, so cool. Now that we got that out of the way, there's no confusion. And yes, you are grandfathered, but you're grandfathered into the inner circle here, where it cost minimum $14.97 to be in this group, and as of this past Sunday, it's $14.97 every single year. So whoever is in here right now, consider yourself blessed. Consider yourself lucky, because you guys are getting some really good, high value information that normally people would pay a lot of money for. Okay, so now that that's out of the picture, let's focus on the training, because I want to really get you guys going on this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Diane Robin, correct. So let's see. Good. Okay. So I'm going to be going over some training with you guys. Let me just share my screen. Make sure you guys can see this. All right.
Can you guys see the screen? Thumbs up. Little delay.
Yeah. Definitely. I want to see if I maximize it would look kind of funny.
It probably would. If you can get it centered. Well, not too bad.
No, it's not bad.
Not bad at all.
No. I think that'll work.
All right.
Okay. All right.
And
Cool,
I believe
cool.
that will disappear once you minimize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
disappear, and then you need to come back.
Yeah. Okay. So let me go over to Facebook. Where is my Facebook? No, that's not my Facebook. This is why I like Windows 10. I can just literally go here and find my Facebook. Alright.
Oh, that's good. They can see that.
You guys can see that? Awesome. Cool. Okay. Alright, cool. Let's get rocking. Alright. Alrighty. Isn't this Windows 10 really cool? Alright. So today I want to talk about our six-figure sale conversion secrets with Ace and Rich Guzman, okay? This is what we focus on when we are actually doing our email marketing on a daily basis, okay? With the little tricks here in between, like we shared with you, with no opens and all that kind of stuff. But this is really the meat and potatoes behind our six-figure secrets on our sales conversions on what we do. You know, if you follow these principles and you practice and you get good at it, you'll have conversions with your emails as well. Okay, so let's talk about the conversion factor for a second, because a lot of people have to realize that when you are a marketer, and you as a marketer has to realize that you're responsible to convert those leads into sales. You're responsible to convert a cold lead and turn them into a warm lead into a hot buyer. Okay, that is the process of when you actually do your paid marketing and run ads, because they really don't know who you are. They have to get to know who you are. That's why you've been learning about you know, the indoctrination series, getting used to who you are, getting familiar, to who you are. So when they go to the broadcast list, you basically they start to, trust you and want to buy from you, or maybe just trust you just to open up your emails, right? Because email is more of a personal thing. It's in their inbox. It's kind of private, right? So we want to make sure that we respect their inbox. So the first thing I think about is, like, how can I get the right message in front of the right people at the right time? Well, here's the thing. The right time is relevant, irrelevant, because the right time can be any time. Because you don't know. You're not in the prospect's head. You're not in their mind, right? You don't know what they're going through in that moment in their day. So this is why responsiveness is not predicted. But the more that we stay in front of the prospect's eyes, okay, in their inbox, the more we can make it the right time when it's their time to make that decision, okay? So be sure to focus on creating the right message in front of the right people at the right time. And this is why we talk about AM emails. This is why we talk about PM emails, because the AM is really to warm them up, tell a story, inspire them, really just get into their mind, into their psyche, so they can really find out more about what you're doing, okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, like, you need to know the conversion takes place in the mind of your prospects. Now, here's the thing, we think we can control things, you know what I mean? And the reality is, we can't control anything. The only thing we can control is ourselves and being consistent and showing up for success every day. That's what we can do. And you'll see as we go along this training. I just realized over the years that the more that you start to figure out how the mind of your prospect works, the more success you're going to have. The more you start to realize the psychology of how a human being thinks, the more success you're going to have. You see, guys, these are the skill sets nobody really talks about. These are the skill sets that really is the main skill set in your business that can turn you into a six-figure earner by actually knowing what to say, all right, to increase those conversions when they're ready to take action, right? So now focus on your prospect, on your prospect better than you know your offer. Now, what I mean by that is, people say, well, know your product, and which is your offer. And I get that and everything, but that's not really your business. So I'm going to ask you this question. Do you own the product of your affiliate marketing business? No, you do not. Did you create the product? No, you didn't. Is that your customer? No. That's the owner's customer of the business, okay? So let's say you're in San, Misha, that's Misha's customer because he created the product. You're the affiliate to provide that that product to the customer. That's the beauty about being an affiliate marketer. We don't have to create the product. We can just focus on the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
So focus on your prospect better than you know your offer, because the more you focus on your prospect, the better off you're going to be, and then your offer is just going to come like naturally. Okay? Because your prospect, the more you get to know your prospect, the more you're going to find out every part of like the ins and outs of your prospect. And I'll get into that in a little bit later. So now, if you learn more about people than you learn about your offer, then you're really learning in marketing. You understand that? See, for me, I always like to learn about people. This is why I've gotten coaching. This is why I've learned a lot about how people think, and I'm always studying about the brain and the mind, why the mind does what it does. I want to know. I want to know why my brain did what it did in the beginning when I first started in this industry. I have to know. I mean, I really, really have to know. Because if I don't, I can't get in the prospect's mind, right? Because the majority of people really, they don't think properly because their mindset is not in the right place because they come from, the old way of thinking, having a job and this and this and that. We always talk about that. So just keep learning more about people and learn about, your offer, second. Don't worry about the offer. Worry about the people first. And this is what marketing is really all about. This is how you really, really start diving deep into marketing, okay? And that, my friend, is the big picture, all right? That's the big picture in a nutshell, all right? Now, this is how you will convert more leads into sales, and of course, that equals conversions. See, I talked about this before, and everybody talks about traffic because traffic is easy to sell, right? Traffic, I mean, you can create a product and create traffic, and you can create a traffic on, solo ads. It's not difficult, right? But it's easy to do. But nobody really talks about this when I'm talking about today. This is the catalyst to your success in your business, right? Anything that you sell, okay, you must know how to communicate with your prospects, okay? Your prospects, you know, are people that have problems, they have desires, they have needs, right? And you have to understand, you know, how they're going about on a daily basis, okay? And you can't really forget about you, because, you know, once you never forget, like, how you started or where you came from, how you made that decision, then you start to understand what the mind, you know, why the mind does what it does, okay, which is very important. Now, if you can tap into your prospect's mind and what they're feeling, then you can complete the conversation, I mean, okay? So if you can tap into your prospect's mind and what they are feeling, you can complete the conversation. And what I mean by that is when you're writing an email and you start to learn how people think and how they respond, it's kind of like a little bit like magic, right? But it takes time to master this, okay? And the more that you focus on mastering this, the better you're going to get at communicating and getting more responses on your list. So if you could tap into your prospect's mind and what they're feeling, that's when you can complete that conversation. Because when you tap into the prospect's mind and they're having a conversation with themselves, just like you were before you signed up, okay? If you can tap into that motion, that feeling, and when you're writing that email, you're completing the other part of the conversation that they're having, okay?
Yes.
And that's powerful, guys. That's some
really,
really huge, powerful stuff, okay? So what kind of emails are we talking about here, right? What you want to know? So like, what kind of emails are the kind of emails we should be creating? Well, in a nutshell, you know, I like to keep things simple. I like to do education, how to, right? Inspiration, be human and lift up others, inspire people, because, you know, people are having a bad day and everything, and if you're the one that comes along and you're that leader, you're that go-to person, and you're the one inspiring people in their day, you can break them away from that matrix and bring them into your world, okay? Which is very important. And at the end of the stage, I would say infotainment, okay? Which is videos, okay? So it's good to do, and, you know, infotainment doesn't have to be like, you know, exact entertainment. It could be, you know, your daily lives and talking about how you feel, or if you're like out shopping, or if you're traveling and stuff like that. That's all infotainment, okay? And then the last thing I want to talk about is polarizing, and this is a big one because a lot of people, they're afraid to really talk about how they feel, okay? Because we were taught, like, not to really speak up. We were taught to just stay in line, and we were taught to just listen to the teacher, listen to the government, listen to the news, and just follow in line and get a job and do what everybody else does. So when you start polarizing, you start thinking for yourself. And that's not really a familiar thought. It's not a familiar feeling, because, you know, it's a whole a different way of thinking. So for me, I've learned this, and you have to really understand that if whatever your belief is, you shouldn't really care what anybody thinks about your belief. So let me give you an example. So, you know, if you live in the United States, we have like Democrats and we have Republicans, right? And we also have independents. Now, here's the thing about like the president that we have in this country now. A lot of people like him, and a lot of people hate him, right? For me, like, my belief, and this is me polarizing, is I can care less about Democrats and Republicans. All I care about is what they're doing for the country. So whether it's Trump, whether if it was Hillary that was winning, are you doing the right thing for the people? Okay? Because this country was founded on for the people. So if you're doing that for the people, that's what matters to me. Now what I'm doing now, when I tell you that, guys, I'm polarizing. Okay? I'm polarizing. I'm being myself, and I'm putting out there my belief and what I believe, no matter what anybody cares. Because other people would disagree with me, right? They would just disagree. But that's okay. I don't want everybody to agree with me. It doesn't matter to me. So learn to be polarizing and really take your belief to the next level, and don't be afraid to give your opinion. Okay? The next thing is, and I talked about this before, motivation is short-lived. Be inspired, and you will make the commitment necessary to make this work. Because even though we've always talked about like motivation, it's short-lived, and inspiration can last a lifetime, but did you know when once you're inspired, you will make that commitment? Because in this business, it takes commitment to be successful. All right, and that is necessary definitely to make it work. All right, now, do you really want to know Asa Rich's big marketing secret? Give me a one in the chat. And let me know, do you really want to know Asa Rich's big marketing secret? I'm going to tell you. Let me just look at the chat real quick. Let's see here. I gotta go through my craziness here. Let's see. All right, so 1-1. Yes, please. 1. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Nice. Nice. Awesome. Cool. All right. So let me get back to here and okay. All right. Let me I want to get more ones here. Like, come on, guys, give me some engagement here. Let me know that you want to know Ace and Rich's big marketing secret. Okay. All right. Here it is, guys. We stop trying to be perfect. There it is. You see, the problem is, if this is you, okay, if this is you, you will procrastinate and you won't do anything because you're worried about what people think. You're worried about if you're doing it right, and you'll never get started. You'll never push yourself. You'll never do it. For us, we procrastinated in the beginning because that was us. We were trying to be perfect. Oh, the email's not good enough, or this is not good enough, or the column's not right, or like every little thing we made an excuse and we procrastinated. It's like, this doesn't work. Why am I wasting my time with this, right? So if this is you, like I said, you will procrastinate, you will waste time, and you won't take action. So that's our big marketing secret, guys, is just we stop trying to be perfect. And when we stop trying to be perfect and we just took, imperfect action and we just grew every day, this is how we became successful, okay? And if you think you know, if you think you know, you don't know. It's what the market thinks, because the market does not care what you think, all right? Kind of a little tongue twister. I'm going to repeat that one more time. If you think you know, you don't know. It's what the market thinks, because the market does not care what you think, okay? So now let me get a little more deeper into this one. See, you may think, you may know what the market wants, or people come into this business and they think they know what they're doing because they have an ego. Like for me, I'm always testing. Notice we always talk about, marketers always talk about testing. Know that your open rates are not always going to be big. I mean, we get some huge open rates, we get some small open rates. It varies day by day, right? It's because we're always testing. We're always figuring out like what's working. And what we do is we hit it from different angles, not just one. Not just one. So, because there's different types of people on our list. And we need to tap into those different types of people. If we don't know how to tap into those different type of people, guess what? It's going to be harder to relate to those people, okay? So we have to really focus on what the market wants. And by measuring what the market wants, by testing, we know exactly more about what to write about or what to put a video out about in the marketplace, right? Or when we follow up with a buyer, we know how to talk to them, right? Because we start to understand what the market wants. So let's talk about the avatar for a second, right? Now the avatar, a lot of people get confused with this, and for me, it took me a long time to really understand this. And when I finally learned it, I was like, "That's it? That was it? That was the big avatar secret? I didn't know." But
well, because everybody like confuses you. Every
the way they explain it.
Every leader explains it differently, and then it makes you more confused.
Okay, guys. So I want you to think about the avatar in a way of an imaginary figure. Okay, so you're creating your imaginary prospect. So let's say, I can create a prospect right now. I'm going to start with, well, there's a gentleman. He's in his mid-40s. He has a job. He works long hours. Okay. He likes to go to the movies on the weekend with his family. Likes to go out to eat as well, because to him, family time is important. Okay. And and he lets his family out once a year on a vacation, and just really. He's all about teamwork, and he really believes in his job, but he's exhausted. He's exhausted when he gets out of work. He doesn't feel like he has as much time he wants to put into his family, because once a week he feels like it's not enough. Like he feels like if I could spend more time with my family, I could do more, and that would make me feel a lot better. So what did I do, guys? I created an imaginary figure, and I got to more like emotional states, the way. That imaginary figure is, right? So I can go a little bit deeper. What kind of job the person has? Well, this guy works in an insurance company, right? And he's really frustrated because he's exhausted, and he feels like, he puts so much work into what he does that he doesn't feel like he's being noticed, okay? You see, I can go deeper and deeper and deeper into creating an avatar, right? It's just an imaginary figure. But why does that help? Because it helps you find out like who they are, or like, you know, who are they? What do they do? What do they want? And what is their problem? Okay? So when you know this and you create the imaginary figure, when you start doing things in marketing, you start to talk in that way. You start to talk in the avatar's language. And you start to connect. It's kind of like tapping into the person's mind. We talked about that, right? We tap into the prospect's mind. If you can create one avatar, two avatars, but start with one. It could be a female, it could be a male, okay? And find out like who they are, what they do, what do they want, and what is their problem. Like, remember I talked about he's tired, he's exhausted, he doesn't feel like he's being noticed at work because he's working too much, and he puts in a lot of, you know, he gives away a lot, right? And what does he want? He wants that more time freedom with his family, because he actually goes to the movies, he goes to eat once a week, vacation once a year maybe, right? But he wants more. See, what do they want? And when you do this exercise, you get to really find out more about marketing and finding out what to get into your prospect's mind. Okay? Now, when you create an avatar and you have a prospect's mind, understand that there's different types of people when you create this avatar. Okay? And what I'm going to talk about is the 4, you know, color personality types. Now, we have 4 color personality types, and Anastasia is going to go over this because she actually taught me this a long time ago. So we have yellow, we have green, we have blue, and we have reds. And this is going to be very important for you guys to understand, because it's going to teach you to write different types of emails for your list. And then you'll have people starting to pay attention. Okay? So without further ado, go ahead.
Okay. So there are different types of people that you want to create emails for. And you don't really know until you understand the psychology behind their personality traits, okay? So when it comes to the 4 traits, we have yellow, green, blue, and reds. And when I go over this, maybe this might be you. Maybe you never knew what your personality trait is. And this will be good for you, because then it'll improve on your writing ability when you're communicating to your customer avatar. So let's talk about yellows, okay? That really does say yellow. It's just yellow and blended into the background. Yellows, okay? Yellows make up 35% of the population. And one of the best words to describe them is nurturing, okay? Yellows are very nurturing. Yellows are always looking out for other people. They like to help, right? They're very open. They have indirect in conversation, like they're very sensitive, and they aren't particularly concerned about money. Instead, they prefer to have a relationship or build with teamwork, okay? If that's you, type in the chat Y for yellow, okay? You just identified who you are. Green. Greens are really, really fun, okay? Because greens, they make up 35% of the population, and greens,
they too.
They are the same thing, you know? The only thing is, though, they don't like to be sold to. You see, there's a difference there. They're self-contained people, and they are indirect in conversation. They're quietly, they're spoken, okay? So basically, they like to be to themselves, they're reserved, and they are the most pessimistic freaking people, okay? Greens are very pessimistic. They're very conservative. You can tell a green by just the way they dress. Mm-hmm. Just by the way they're dressed. But since you're in digital marketing and you're looking at a green, you can tell from their profile picture how they dress. You can look at their timeline. You can look at their posting frequency. You'll see how a green would just stand out like a sore thumb. Okay? So that is a green. And if that's you, put in a G inside the chat. Blues. Blues make up 15% of the population. They're easy to recognize as these guys stand out like a sore thumb, okay? Blue color personality types are flamboyant, gregarious, fun, loving, fast-paced, and very sociable. They're often the life of the party, okay? Tell a good story, and they are just, like, super enthusiastic, okay? They smile and they laugh a lot. Is that me? I think that I'm a blue, okay? So B for me.
You're a cross between a yellow and a blue.
I am. And you can be between 2 colors. Yeah. Don't think you have to be like 100% one color, because, you know, we're human and we have these behavioral patterns that lead up to this type of personality trait. And so let's go into blue. Blue, if you are a blue, go ahead and put a B for blue in the chat. Now, let me tell you something about reds that I learned back in the day. You want reds in your business. That's what my mentor told me. He says, Ace, if you're building a business, I don't care what it is, get as many reds as possible, and I'll tell you why. Listen to this. Reds make up 15% of the population. They're independent, they're dominant, and they're risk takers. They're goal-oriented, focused on results, and they quickly think fast on their feet. Fast thinkers. They're usually easy to spot as they wear power colors and designer clothes. Okay? They walk very fast, so that when they walk like in haste, right? And they talk fast. But they don't like to sit around and chit-chat either. They're more about, preserving their time, and they're money motivated too, okay? And they're focused on the return on investment. So usually what happens is when you possibly come across a potential, customer or prospect, and when you're talking to them, you can tell right away just how they stand, how they, posture themselves, how they talk, and they're like, well, let's get to the point. How are we gonna make the money here? Come on, let's go. They don't want to sit there and chit-chat. They want to get to the point. Okay, these are reds. Okay, red personality types. And if you're a red, put an R for red.
I'm a cross between a red and a yellow.
You're a cross between red and yellow, right? Yeah. I'm blue and yellow.
Yeah.
Right. So there you have it. Okay, these are the 4 personality traits. Make sure that you write these down, and this will help you come up with great content when you're writing your emails and sending out broadcasts.
Okay, cool. So, guys, that was just a quick. Not too quick, but that was just a really overview of our secret when it comes to creating our 6-figure business, right? When it comes to email marketing and following up with people, the importance of really connecting with the different types of personality types. Mm-hmm. It's so important, guys. It's so important. I can't stress that enough. These are the things that I avoided in the beginning. This is the things that I didn't think were important in my business, and I had to realize that, you know what, it is important. If anything, this is the most important.
Yes.
Because now I know how to talk to my prospects, right? Mm-hmm. I know how to talk to different types of people that can resonate with that color or that individual. Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, let me add to that. This is like part of sales training. Okay, you are in sales, so you need to understand the psychology of sales. Okay, this is why in today's class we want to go over these details with you, because we know many of you are very brand new to email marketing, and not many people are teaching it the way they should be teaching it, because they feel they don't have time to break into diving deep into the psychology of writing a good quality piece of content, an email or a broadcast. So they think it's all about sell, PM. No. It's more about building the relationship, talking to your avatar as if they're your friends, okay? Establishing that rapport, speaking to them and building that know, like, and trust relationship so that when they're ready to buy, they are ready to buy. You don't have to force anybody to buy from you. They will make that decision. And when you talk to them in the way that you're solving their problems and you're providing great value in those emails based on the 4 quality traits, the personality traits, they're going to feel like you know them. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. They're going to feel like you know them really well. They're like, how do you know me? Right? Like, you're writing to me like you're talking to me. You ever get that? Anybody ever get that? Where you're writing writing a message or posting some piece of content on your social media and it feels like you're talking directly to them? That's you speaking to the customer avatar. Let that be a sign.
It's powerful though, because I can create another customer avatar. I can say, like, there's this guy. He works in a surfer shop. Yes. He's just like really mellow. But he works his butt off. But he's mellow like after work, right? Right. And he likes his freedom, after work and surfing, and he likes that. He wants to have more time and freedom to do more things that he loves to do. And I could really tap into different types of people psychologically by creating that imaginary figure. Right. And it's so cool because it's kind of like we're testing. It's also marketing testing that way. You know?
So when it comes to the personality traits, let me clarify something. You might have looked at all of those breakdowns, and as I was breaking them down, some people think that they're all of them. I used to think the same way, but when it comes to the sales industry, 2 is the max. You're going to have a dominant color feature of your personality that takes up about 75% of all the decisions that you make in your life. Okay? So don't think that you're every single one of them. I thought the same way. But when I say that I'm blue yellow, I think I'm more I think I'm more blue and then a portion of yellow. But you'll have a stronger percentage of the way you act, talk, walk, dress, and behave.
And it doesn't mean that necessarily you stay at that color. You could change into a red in the future. You don't know.
Yeah.
Right? Or you can go the other way. It's just it's human psychology.
It's all about that. It is. But was that enlightening? Did you guys learn something from that? Was that great or what? Didn't know we were going to teach that today, huh?
Some good stuff.
Very good stuff,
You know,
Rich.
it's all about typing into that prospect.
Yes.
You know? I mean, how are we supposed to know that? I mean, how are we supposed to know what kind of emails to write if we don't know this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
It really helps when you start to know this stuff.
Yes, yes.
Know? So, okay. Now we have questions here. I'm going to have you go over the questions and I'll answer them.
So I'm going to go over a question that was submitted by Mandy earlier today. Mandy, you're in class? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
she's here.
Excellent. So Mandy asked, question for you guys. I'm hoping Rich can do an over-the-shoulder to show. I have tried in the past, but I did it wrong, and the link in video did not work. So, question is, how do we broadcast the weekly PLS trainings using Aweber? And which one do you recommend we broadcast since there are several websites?
Well, if you're broadcasting the trainings, because that's really the important part when you're broadcasting to a cold list, I will do it over the shoulder for you.
Ooh, goody.
Let me go to the screen. It's over here so I can see it, so I know that it's being shared. Okay. Alright, cool. So let me go over to log in. Alright. Just make sure you guys can see this nice and clear. What I usually do, guys, is I go to the Wednesday and Thursday. So I go to websites. I'll go to websites again. See right there where it says websites? Click on websites. And you have all these pages automatically you can just click on. Okay? So I'm going to scroll down because I have a lot of pages. And I'm going to find the Hangout. So PLS Hangout. Let's take a look at that. Okay, here we go. There it is right there. Was this uploaded recently?
Alright, my friends, we are...
Yeah, October 10, 2018. See that?
And he dates them, so that way
Yeah.
you know. That's good, yeah.
So, all I gotta do is just grab this link right here. My affiliate ID is there. Copy it. And when I'm in my Aweber, all I have to do in the message, let's go to, where is it here? Broadcast. No. Drafts, I meant. So in the drafts, if I want to hyperlink it, all I do is just hyperlink it in the body of the email. So like this is let's just hyperlink this.
For an example.
Yeah, for an example. And that's it. Hit OK, and you're done. That's it. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. And it gets hyperlinked just like this. It's that simple. Now, this is that's for Wednesday, okay? But they also do a training on Thursday. So they like an overview on Wednesday, and then Thursday they do a marketing training, right? Which is great. It's great to give something to the list, tangible, value, okay? And this is valuable. And here's Thursday's night training page right here. Click on it. And there we are, right there. How cool is that, guys? See that? And this page is yours. Just copy and paste. Same thing. And that's how you broadcast to your email list in Aweber. Very simple. The trainings in PLS. Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Now let's look at the
Was
chat.
that helpful or what, guys?
That answer your question, Mandy?
That Hangout does have the current training, Mandy. It does. As you saw, I showed the date. So, and then this week, I'm sure you'll do another one. Okay. Now, what other questions?
So
do we
Diane
have?
Robbins says, isn't it a great mix in the long run when there are two people doing the business and there are two different colors?
Well, yeah, because you can learn from both each other's personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see. Other question here?
No. Okay. David Toomey has a question. He says, if you are a dominant green like me, how do you communicate and bring in the necessary reds?
You have to understand how red works. You know what I mean? Reds, you know, if you learn about the personality type and you understand how they are, you can start writing to that customer avatar. Okay? And this is why it's good to know the different personality types. And like this is recorded, so you can go back and read what Anastasia read on those different colors.
Yes.
And it teaches you how to speak to those people. Okay? Like for instance, reds. I'm part red, so for me, I look at like, you know, profit margins. I look at the profit potential, back end sales, ROI. What's my ROI and what I'm, you know, doing for my advertising. I need to know what's going on with that. And like when I had that meeting with the traffic person,
Right.
immediately I was on that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if somebody writes an email and starts giving me like figures and numbers and stuff, I'm gonna pay more attention to that because that's what I'm looking for. Like I was on a webinar yesterday with a business partner that we've you know, joint ventured before in the past, and I was on the webinar and it got my attention because he was speaking about numbers, but he also spoke to yellows in that webinar too, which was really cool. So it really rang home with me because it was trying to really help new people, but at the same time, you know, it was helping me understand more about numbers and how to increase, you know, your numbers from like 10,000 a month to 30,000 a month, right? And I understood the numbers as far as traffic, what I need to spend on traffic, and what I needed to, you know, get a return on that. So for me, that it really speaks to me. So you have to understand how reds really think, and I would study that. I mean, go on YouTube and research some more videos about different colors.
I was going to get into that, and there's something that you don't know that I'm going to enlighten everybody on. When I used to work for corporate America, I had a job working for the government, and I worked in the Small Business Administration Department in New Jersey. And what happened was they pay for your training when you're a state employee. And I was sent to the Carnegie Center for training, and we had a group exercise. And so what they did was, and this is why I taught you about this, what they did was they put us in circles, and they had little bracelets for all different personalities. So we had to fill out a questionnaire to identify, you know, what, you know, category are we? Right? Are we red? Are we yellow? Are we green? Are we blue? And then once we scored the total number told you exactly what you were. You had got your bracelet. And then we would do team group exercises to make sure to build trust. And so that's what happened at the Carnegie Center. And so what I'm saying to you is there's a lot of resources out there, David, that will help you get a better understanding about the psychology of the different personality traits, especially when it comes to sales. You could Google it, you could YouTube it. There's blog posts out there. I just don't want you to get lost, you know, in the mix of the translation. Just focus on what we're telling you right now. You need just enough synopsis just to get it going, you know. But don't overthink it. You know, we all want reds in our business, okay? Keisha Bass is a red in our business. Anybody you see on a leaderboard, they're dominant, right? They have that dominant personality trait. You can tell, okay? So when you see that, like Rich said, you may not start out as a red, but you might lead up that way because your personality color can change.
It can.
You know,
because
through mindset and personal development.
God,
as well.
yeah, because I mean, you know, I got coached by my coach, and I learned a lot through him. That it just started just getting embedded in me. You know what I mean? And I just kept like growing from there.
One person that sticks out to me that is like a 90% red is that guy Dan Locke.
Dan Locke, he's a red.
Total red.
100% red.
Dan Lok.
Dominant red, David.
Yes.
Dominant red.
Yes. He has a book called F.U. Money.
Yeah.
Okay? A book called F.U. Money. When you listen to the man speak, look at how he's dressed. Look at how he's acting. Okay? Now, he wasn't always like that. Okay? He can tell you in his story he wasn't always like that. And so what happened with Dan was, you know, you can groom a red. Once you learn how to understand people, okay, and you know what they need, and you know how to provide what they want, and you help solve their problems, you can groom a red. Dan was groomed. He had to hire a mentor to get him to that point of belief and have him believe that he was a red. So, like I said, there's stuff out there. Don't get lost. Just take what we're sharing with you. That's just the synopsis, okay?
Exactly.
To help get them emails going.
Let's see. You could add more than one hyperlink in the email. Just don't go overboard.
You can. For me, I would say, depending on the length of the content, how much words is in there, and how many times you got to scroll, okay? Try to even it out, not have too many links, but if the eyes can go down the page and then you scan and you're looking for a link and it's not there, put it somewhere. That's what I look at. I was just, okay, it's got to go somewhere because it's too many words, and where's the call to action at? You know what I mean? Like, where's the link? That's how I judge how many links I can put in there.
Now, I want to get back to David for a second here because he talks about, you know, if you're dominant green like me, how do you communicate and bring in necessary reds? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to bring, you know, reds, because if you understand yourself very well and you got skeptical people on your list, which more than likely you do, you can communicate with them and you can speak their language because you are like that. So there's power in matching your colors when you also speak in your emails. I mean, you don't want to just stay there, but it's a good place to start because you know that type of personality because you are that personality. So start there. Okay, David? Let's see here. Ida says, can you broadcast PLS and prospects? You also send SAN. Well, for us, we have a broadcast list and we broadcast different offers to our broadcast list. But our indoctrination will have indoctrination for PLS, indoctrination for SAN. Yes, we do that separately. Like if we want to do that offer separately, we can do that. But the majority of the time, we just broadcast different offers to the broadcast list. So if you're in SAN or you're in PLS and you want to focus on one or the other, you could broadcast the other offer to your broadcast list. So that way you're getting the best of both worlds. Yep. All right, let's see what we have here.
I answered those already.
Okay.
I gotta go down. Mandy, since I am practicing on my small list, they know nothing about me since they did not go through my soap opera series. Should I be putting some emails out here and there, like this soap opera series ones that go into my story and what I stand for? Hope you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. If those leads never saw your soap opera series, and because they've been on your list and they're just in your broadcast list, what I would do is I would start like, you know, like let's say you're going to start next week on a Monday, right? Monday through Friday, bang them out and do those broadcasts, okay? And let them know your story. And then at the end of the story, right, because you have that call to action, remember we have that, what's that word I'm looking for? Fear of loss. Like if they don't jump in now, they're gonna miss the opportunity.
Sense of urgency.
Sense of urgency. So you want to make sure that you know, incorporate that.
Yes.
But yeah, I would do that. Absolutely. It's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here.
Mariangela knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, see? She had to do that too. Disc training.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's out there, yeah.
Christine Williams says, can you please revise where to start in PLS training? I have to go to work now and I'll watch the replay. Thank you, Ace and Rich, for your awesome value. Oh, you're welcome, Christine.
Okay.
Christine, I think I told you that I wanted you to focus on Franco's training on video marketing to set up your YouTube channel properly, your branding, to get that out of the way. Stay there and just go through that part of the training only. So you don't get overwhelmed. We're putting the pieces together, so I don't want you to go, you know, off the left field, okay? We got to keep you, you know, clear and focused in the right direction.
Good point.
So just go to that one training that I told you about Franco and the video marketing training. As a matter of fact, you know what I'll do? Since I have PLS open already, I'll show you. So whoever's not PLS, they're going to be seeing what's on the inside. Good stuff. Log in. Alright, so let me share my screen. Oops. Wrong screen.
Can everybody see that?
Okay, cool. So let me go over to. There we go.
There we go. Now you guys can see it.
Okay, so I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to go over to Franco Video Marketing Training right here. Okay. So this is a really good training course. I would start here, video channel setup for marketing.
And this is at the MTI level. Only MTI members have access to this training.
So this is a way to set up your YouTube channel up for success, okay? And it really teaches you how to really monetize and set it up properly. Really, really important, guys. So if you have MTI, make sure that if you're doing YouTube, which I highly recommend, I would definitely look at this video. Video channel setup for marketing by Franco Gonzalez. Okay, right there. All right. Let's hit log out. Cool. Let me get back over to the screen. Where is it here? There we go. Okay, cool.
Okay, let me see. Yes, Tracy Lee, you're right. Scarcity, yes. Mandy says, so do we write emails for each color and mix it up, or do we write emails that relate to all colors?
I would start relating to your own color. It's like, when you look at it, figure out what your trait is and match it up and say, okay, I'm a green, I'm a blue, I'm a yellow, I'm a red. And start talking to people in your emails that's related to their personality. Start there. Right. Then start branching out and doing different personality types. You have to learn one first and then start branching out. And the easiest way to learn is yourself.
Yes, okay? Yes. Sharon Green.
Yep, Sharon Green had a question. I think it's up here.
Reminder, please. Domain help. Domain help.
Domain help. As far as your domain, like your email for your domain, or your domain inside Powerly System if you're in Powerly System. She's like, yeah, I'm a blue, so that would be fun. Okay, cool. Have fun with it. It's all about having fun. Email marketing becomes a lot of fun, guys. When you learn this stuff, it just becomes a lot more fun to do, right? And you just start having like a blast, and it's not boring. When you understand the intricacies of internal psychology of how people think, and you start to like write and tap into their mind. It's kind of like, I don't want to say like voodoo-ish, but you know what I mean? It's a little.
No.
It's kind of like brain. Well, you know what?
It's hypnotic. Actually,
yeah.
Joe Vitale is one of the great copywriters, and he has a book called Hypnotic Writing. And I couldn't follow the book, to be honest.
I couldn't follow the book either. It was horrible.
He was using like big words, and I was like, please stop using such big words and talk to me third grade level, And in his book, he talked about when you're writing in a way that it is indirectly selling. It is. But it's also hypnotic. It does something to the customer's brain to kind of make them buy from you without their even knowing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so when you guys master this skill set, I just ask one thing of you, okay? The power you're going to obtain through our training, be sure to use it for good and not evil. Yes.
We don't want you to be like, Pinky in the Brain. What are we going to do today, Brain? Try to take over the world.
Right. Same thing we do every day. Let's see.
Let's see.
Mandy has another question. If we get opens for an email, then resend to non-openers and get no openers, does that mean something? Yeah, it does. It means that those emails are either going in spam filter or they're just not responding. You know, this is why we clean up our list after a while. Very important.
Mm-hmm.
We clean the no openers.
There's Sharon. Sharon Green.
Sharon Green, remember the message I sent the other day explaining all the problems I was having? Supposed to meet up on Monday after 2. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll take care of that. Mark, well, I've learned quite a valuable piece of information today. We'll definitely be studying these personality traits, starting with my own and experimenting with writing different emails to my list. Absolutely.
There you have it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So,
we got a Star Wars fan. Tracy Lee. Luke, I am your father.
That's awesome. All right, guys. So, I think we gave you guys a lot today.
Yeah.
To really ingest.
Yes.
And no, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. Di and Robin, I know you guys had a couple of aha moments today. Here's the thing, you know, Di, you said that, I think you said that you're blue, if I'm not mistaken. Back up here. You said something about that you feel like you're blue. You are more yellow. Okay, I feel, Di, you're more yellow. You're always looking out for others, mother hen, okay? Like to help. You're open. All right. You're very sensitive. All right. You're practically, you know, you're concerned about money. You prefer to have relationships. Okay, and that's important to you. You're a mix. I know you're a mix, but I see a lot more yellow in you. Just to let you know, complete opposite from Robin. Listen, right away when I met Robin for the first, I knew she was red. Right off the bat. This is why when I talked to Robin, I talked to her a different way.
Yeah.
When I talked to you, Di, I talked to you in a different way, right? Did you ever notice that? It's because I had the training to talk to different personality types in a certain way. And I learned that through Jeffrey Combs. See, you taught me the colors, but I learned the different animals. He calls them animals.
The animals.
There's different animals.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'll pull that one out one day and show you guys. You know what? Go grab it. Let's show him right now.
Okay.
There's a CD one of the CDs trainings that I got. And it's called Animal, and it speaks about the different animal types, which is the same as color types, but he named it as animals. Okay, so it's really, really powerful. Like the lion. The lion is the red. Okay, the lion is the red, and we want more lions in our business, right? But there's nothing wrong with getting yellows and different personality types, because if you have different personality types in your business, it creates more of a balance. Right? There's more of a balanced atmosphere, which is really, really cool. So, yeah, I'm going to show you this, guys. I actually got this in my first training with Jeffrey Combs when I flew out and spent 3 days with him. And he had a special going on. And the day that I shared the stage with him in Vegas, when I was surprised when they asked me to go on stage, I got like, I don't know, like 10 CDs or something. Personalities for Success, the Animal Factor. There you go, right there.
This is a great audio series. I mean, I listened to this. I probably will listen to it again since it's been a while. But that's what happens when you own a piece of resource, like a book.
You always go back to it.
You only want to go back to it and like refresh your mind because you'll forget, Yeah. And so, but he goes over in disc 1, he goes over the history of type testing. So to see which animal are you. He talks about, how to connect with other people, how do you read people, right? And in disc 2, we see, he talks more about, the power of attraction, loving yourself and loving what you do, attracting other leaders, David.
Now, here's the thing. I want to get into that. Now I'm remembering some stuff.
You're remembering now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I spent 3 days with him, right, like, he talked about the fact of attracting different types of people into your business, right? So we did an exercise that we had to communicate with people,
yes,
but we couldn't look at them.
Right.
It was really weird.
Yes.
And what that did it made me open up other senses that I didn't know I had. And so whenever I talk to someone now, even though I look at them, I don't look at them as much as actually listen, right? And when I listen to not the words they're saying, I listen to how they're saying it. So like, for instance, Mandy just said that Rich speaks to me and always hits me, right in the heart, right? Because I understand her personality type by the way she talks. I listen to how she says things. You know what I mean? I could tell the psychology of it, right? So, and then when I talk to Robin, me and Robin are like, we talk about different things, and we're straight to the point, like, and we have a beer and we'll have a conversation, you know what I mean?
It is Jeffrey Combs, Dying Robin.
Yeah,
yes.
Jeffrey Combs.
And the four animals that he will discuss in this series: the monkey, the lion,
yep,
the owl,
yep,
and the koala.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting to see which one are you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is it. The animal factor.
The animal factor, guys.
Personalities for success. It's just like the colors, right?
It is.
But he breaks it down really, really further.
I
his
love
12-step
My
strategy.
coach is awesome.
Yeah.
Now check this out, guys. Like I've talked to quite a few of you people, right? I love all of you guys, but there's a certain way that I talk to you because of how you're speaking back to me, right? And that's the skill set that I learned through, Jeffrey Combs and his training and things like that. Like when I talked to Robin Dye, for instance, we've had a conversation before, and immediately I knew what was going on. I knew what was wrong, and I hit the nail on the head. And she knew exactly, like what was bothering her after I told her. And she was just like, wow, I never realized that it was an issue. And you can see Dai transform. Like she's becoming a different person, but it's for the better, right? It's positive, it's healthy. Because once she acknowledged what I told her, she started recognizing, and number one, she started becoming aware. And when she was aware, she was enlightened. She was like, oh my God, I can see that now. And now I can see who I really want to be. Now I can see who I really want to attract. What I want to attract in my life, because it all plays, together in that role. So it's really powerful, the conversations that I've had with many people. Even with you. Mm-hmm. Like I knew everything. Like when I started talking to her, I knew it. I knew. So I knew how to talk to her, And it's not that I was like trying to purposely manipulate. I don't do that. What I do is I find out like what's going on inside that mind and how can I speak to them to benefit them.
Right. And let me just add.
Sometimes I might say something that might upset you or that you don't want to hear, but when you are aware of what I'm telling you, it's to benefit you. Mm-hmm. And then the other side, then when you're awoken, you're like,
that's true.
So true. Because what happens is when you get upset, it's not you getting upset, it's your ego getting upset. All right? Your heart doesn't get upset, it's your ego that gets upset. Okay? So I'm just letting you know. Cool stuff. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I hope I didn't forget.
You didn't forget.
Do you remember what I was starting to say?
No, you didn't start. That's why.
When we talk about not using this information for evil, there are gurus that know this shit and use it for evil. They have literally used this ability to manipulate, to convince people to spending money into buying their shitty programs, and they get away with it.
I'm going to call somebody out, and, you might like what I say, maybe you don't, but that's okay. I'm honest, I'm transparent. Frederick, I love you very much. You are an amazing person. You have some great personal development skills, but sometimes you need to just sit back a little bit, and you have to, do more of, don't innovate, emulate. If you actually start emulating more in your business, you'll get closer and closer to your goals a lot faster. When you start to try to innovate, okay? See, we can't innovate without emulating first. Mm-hmm. Once we emulate, we understand the rules of success.
Yes.
Then we can emulate something new that is tied to what we've learned. But if we try to innovate something right off the bat,
Yes.
what happens is we're killing ourselves for success. Okay? And if I didn't love Frederick, I wouldn't even say that. He knows that. So, but what I've noticed with Frederick, he's been more open. He's been listening more, and you're on that private chat. So when I actually guide you guys and stuff like that, it's going to benefit you immensely, because I want to make sure, I want to kind of keep a close eye on what you guys are doing. Okay? So, Mark, never will be using this for evil, always on the
side of good. That's right.
Mark, I've talked to you. Mark, you lack confidence. Okay? You lack confidence. And by me telling you what to do, it instills confidence in you. Okay? So what's going to happen over time, you're going to actually start being more confident in yourself by studying and learning when I'm guiding you on telling you what to do. See, you start seeing some results, right? Now you're getting more confident because you lack confidence in taking that action. You feel like by not doing so, it's not benefiting me. That's a lack of confidence, right? But now you see what happened because you had confidence in that moment. You took action, and oh my God, when you took that action, guess what happened? You started getting results, right? But what did I tell you about results, Mark? I said, Mark, clicks, open clicks, possible sales, right? Those are the results we're searching for.
That's right.
And now you're doing email marketing. Now you're starting to see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? The lack of confidence, the ego, so to speak, will hold you back from success because we're so programmed to be stuck in our old way of thinking, which is the ego mind. Okay? We must dump the ego mind and be open to suggestions and learn. Once I let go of my ego mind a long time ago, immediately I was open to receive. And when I was open to receive, you know, when I went to my coach, I had an ego. And you guys don't know, you don't know this either, and I'm going to tell you right now. I spoke up during one of the sessions, and my coach made a fool out of me in front of everybody. And one day in one of the sessions, and he got mad, and he was mad, and he showed it, right? Because he didn't want to look like a fool, right? Because he's very confident in what he does. I thought, well, what about this? Or like, you know, and he stand up, and he put me up in front of the room and everything, and he let me have it. A couple of slaps in the back and the neck, and yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't know that. But
wow.
Yeah. He shaped me up. So I'm telling you, I've learned a lot from him, and when I share what I've learned and what I've acquired,
Yeah.
it's a high level skill set that I chose to want to go down that road. That's what I'm saying. If you guys really focus on, you know, wanting to learn, wanting to hone in on your skill sets, wanting to be better every single day, just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, then your confidence will just start increasing even more. Then, you know, your knowledge just starts to get even higher. Your value starts to get even higher. And then what happens is a strange thing happens. You start to magnetically attract people to you.
Yes, you do.
It is an amazing experience, guys, but only if you guys put in the effort and want to learn and things like that, okay? And like I said, I've talked to many, many people. Catherine Ann Clayton, what's up? Oh my God, I found you.
Hey!
Catherine Ann, her color person... Catherine Ann, color personality type. She is more of a blue and a red. She wants to cut to the chase. She wants to make money. Where's the bottom line? But she's also the life of the party. She likes to have a good time. Okay? That's Catherine Ann Clayton. Yeah, I mean, guys, I have conversations with you. I can tell exactly what kind of personality type you are.
It's pretty accurate what you said, Rich.
Mandy, I think I am just like Mark. You are because you lack confidence in yourself. And that's the yellow part of you. That's the yellow part of you. When you're yellow, you're very sensitive, you know? Mm-hmm. You're afraid of what people might think about you. That was me. In the band, when I was in, I never really spoke up much, right? And the last night when I walked out of the studio, if you know my story, I that was the day I started transforming from that yellow to going towards red. And I started getting a little bit more like, you know, I know what I want.
Yeah.
And they didn't see it that way. And you know what? It was just not going to match. It just wasn't going to work. So, Sharon Green, I'm going to have to have a conversation with you again, and once I have a conversation with you, I'll let you know.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason why you were able to call out the personality traits by the colors, because we've already had conversations.
Chata, you lack confidence, and that's normal, because you have a language barrier. And once you get over that, and you increase the confidence, that you know what, I could actually pick up a book and I could actually learn English even better. I can make my English so good that when I start writing, it's gonna blow people's minds away. That is Chata.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and you can do it, Chata. You can. It's up to us. We have the control. Don't let ego stop you from what's possible.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Catherine ain't playing. Yes, I do.
So guys, this was a great masterclass that we just had here. And Ida, we haven't had much conversation to identify.
We'll have more conversation with you.
We need to have some more conversation to know your personality trait. But
I can't remember everybody. I talked to so many people. I can't remember everybody.
Yeah. There are exercises you can do to find out. Like I said, if I come across one, or if you guys come across one, you know, you have my permission to post it inside the group. Okay, as long as I see it first before I approve of it, I'll put it in the inner circle for you guys. If you find like one of those like online survey exercises that tells you what personality trait are you, what color are you. But I highly recommend, guys, I think this will be an absolute essential right here. If you guys have access to this, you will learn what kind of animal trait you are.
Oh, God, yeah.
Are you a lion? Are you an owl? Are you a monkey? Or are you a koala? You'll find out right by Jeffrey Combs. But guys, this has been an awesome masterclass. Before we go, I just want to let you know this is the last class for this week. We're flying out next week for
Wednesday,
the I Am Marketing Mastery Retreat. We're really excited about it. Who will be meeting us there? I want to get a attendance to see who bought a ticket, who got their room, who got their flight book. You're all set. And you're ready to go. You're packed and ready to go. Yep. You're going.
Give me the ones, guys.
Let me see the ones. Who is going to meet us there? Mark's coming. Okay, Mark. Awesome.
Mark,
okay.
Awesome.
Catherine Ann. Okay. Awesome. Mandy said, "What am I gonna do without you guys for 2 weeks?"
He's flying out tomorrow morning at 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
Catherine, you're flying out at 4 a.m.?
Wow. Yeah, but she's coming from, what, Barbados?
Oh, that's right.
She's coming from Barbados,
yeah.
Ida. I'll get to meet Ida. That's awesome. And Diane Robin, of course. Yes.
Well, Mandy, don't worry about 2 weeks, because what I'm going to do is, I really want to keep you guys, you know, I want to give more for you guys. And I don't want to wait too long, because we've been giving a lot of great content and everything. When we fly back, we'll be flying back Wednesday, the following Wednesday, okay? Or Tuesday. Wait a minute, we might be able to do it.
Halloween. It's the day before Halloween.
Wait a minute. We might be able to do it Wednesday. Because we're flying back in Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear.
Nah,
one never knows.
You know me.
But one never knows. You're not the pilot. You're flying that plane.
Right, don't
you
be
don't
talking
know.
about shit like that.
I'm just saying. Plane flight delays. You
We'll,
never know.
Listen, guys, we'll be back.
I'm always, you know.
No, we will be back on. We're going to be in Tahoe on Monday.
Yeah, we're going to Tahoe.
Extra day, and then let's see, Tuesday we're flying back home. Okay, so Wednesday we'll be here. Okay, God willing.
Yes.
Okay, we will be here.
We will be here,
and we won't let 2 weeks go out like that.
It's not even going to be 2 weeks.
No, it will be if we don't do a training on that when we come back. And I want to make sure we can keep you guys good stuff.
Okay, so let me see. Tracy Lee is also coming.
Tracy Lee.
Okay, awesome. Steve Brown says HLS won't let me into the U.S. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
we gotta do something about that. You need travel, man.
I think that's a good excuse.
Yeah, we gotta do something about that. You need travel, man. Fight that shit. Mandy Prion says, I will miss you guys. Well, you will be seeing, I'm sure,
we're not gonna,
videos and stuff. We'll shoot some videos and things like that. But I will tell you this. It's going to be an awesome event. And we're really looking forward to seeing you guys in person. If we haven't met yet, if you weren't at the immersion, you know, we are looking forward to meeting you for the first time. I can't wait to meet you guys. all I ask that you guys is just really soak in the information when you get there. Come in like you're enrolling into internet college, and soak everything up. If you have an opportunity to, not just talk with us, but really get with the man himself, Misha, and you get a one-on-one with the guy, trust me, you want to ask the man some questions, okay? Because we did. I don't care about everybody else. I want to ask Misha. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you get to meet other people you've been following for a while, there is a huge panel of a lot of leaders that are going to be, coming from different parts of the world and country with experiences and things like that. They're going to be sharing some really great value too. So you get to pick their brains as well. But just understand, okay, the main goal when you go to a live event is to take one thing that's really going to help you with your business. Even though you're going to come home with a bunch of notes, all of those notes is content. That's why I said go there and really become the student, soak it all in, write all the notes you can, because when you fly back home, y'all not going to freeze when you get off that plane. You understand me? You're going to implement and execute what you just soaked in and make that your month on out content through Christmas. Now all that content you're going to be gathering, you can make a whole bunch of posts, you can make videos, you can teach so many people so much stuff. You don't even have to give away the FAR. All of that is going to be good for you, and that's what you're paying for when you invested to go to the I Am Marketing Master Retreat. Okay? I can't wait to meet you guys. Bring the noise. Bring the energy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be excitement. It's going to be music. There's going to be some dancing. I'm just saying, okay? And just literally just have fun, guys. And if this is like the first time you've flown to Reno, I know it's ours, okay?
Yeah.
Show gratitude and be happy that you're there, because it won't be the first or the last trip.
I've never flown to Reno. I flew to California, and then from there I drove to Tahoe, but never Reno.
I never went to Reno before. This will be exciting. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it on. All right. Don't forget, Mark, we dancing up on stage now.
Hey, one thing Mark does got confidence in.
He can dance.
Just dancing.
He can dance, yeah.
That boy's got it going on.
All right, guys. Till next time, we will see you guys in Reno. Those of you who are going. Oh, Clinton Richardson also is going, right? Yeah, Clinton.
Yeah.
You're going too. Oh, I can't wait. We'll see you guys in Reno. Okay, have a safe flight, safe travels, and we will see you there. And those of you who are actually not able to go, do your homework. Okay, do your homework. Start working on your businesses. Watch some replays if you missed out on some, and just do the homework. The assignments are really going to help you. All right. All right, that's it. It's a wrap.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's training. I think it was a good one. So.
Any questions, guys? Make sure you bring them to the hot seat this Friday. Okay? All questions are welcome this Friday on the hot seat. That will be the last hot seat, pretty much, right?
Yes. We might be able to do one depending. I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't think so. Not with the workshops.
Oh, yeah.
Not with the workshops.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.